My father didn't tell me how to live. He lived and let me watch him do it. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Once again, the most volatile currency out there. Being stable as could be. I mean, so far you might as well call Bitcoin a stable coin with the way things have been going lately. I think we're up. It's a little bit of green, but less than 1%, so nothing to worry about. Still hanging out there a little below the 6,500 area. Not really a whole lot of news going on today. But you know what we do got going on today that's really super freaking awesome? We got Samantha over there in the chat.
Good morning, everyone.
So how are you today, Samantha?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you enjoying this wet, dreary weather out here?
You know, it's not that bad. It's a little foggy, like weird, but whatever. The mist, you know. I'm better. I'm not as sick, so that's good.
You're not as sick. You're on the mend. Big plus right there. It's always nice to have Samantha over there in the chat, feeling up to 100% so she can go ahead and take care of any of those questions, comments, or whatever you want to talk about in the chat. Please, today, go ahead, pile up whatever you'd like to talk about. I know it's early and you're just getting some crust out your eye and getting some coffee in you, but I really don't have much news today. So if you got something to talk about, it definitely helped fill out the show a bit. If not, it might just be an early one. We'll be off trying to get to that TGIF and get it all done with today. Get the weekend under roll. I don't even know how much I'm going to be working today with this rain. You know, probably just going to get out there and feed the animals, and I'll be back home. Maybe digging into some crypto news or watching some TV or something.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know.
There's a lot of good horror movies on, and you know that we love them if you can't tell by our thumbnail. So when we get right down to it, what are you willing to do for a Bitcoin? You know, do you believe in it as a future currency? Do you believe that one Bitcoin could really change your life in 5 years from now? Do you really think that, you know, the BTC dominance is going to drop down to like 15 or 20%, like some people are saying, and these altcoins are going to flourish? And, you know, we might not actually see a Bitcoin over $10,000 because we'll be looking at so many different altcoins picking up the slack and having other values as we move into a future which is completely digitized with digital currency, tokens, and securities. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a look at that coin market cap with all of those different fruits on the table as we compare them together as one, seeing what this new digital frontier is going to provide in the future, or how people are being silly and suckered out of their money as they purchase altcoins and ICOs.
See how many tangerines there are today.
Let me take a walk around here and get next to you there, Samantha. How you doing? All right, so let me see. 2,070 coins. I don't remember if that's up or down on yesterday. BTC dominance hanging out there a little bit below 54%. Average, no big deal. Not super concerned about it. I mean, lately it don't seem like you have to be concerned about cryptocurrency. Either you're investing or you're standing on the sidelines waiting for some kind of movement. Everybody keeps talking about that we're going to be seeing a price breakout and that it's imminent anytime now. A lot of people are talking about how all the news is consolidating here to November and December. A lot of people got their fingers crossed on the BAC happening December 12th. I don't know. I still keep feeling 2019. I know that things in the world, they don't just happen on the flip of a dime. Even though we have seen Bitcoin, I mean, it can take a massive run up in 3 weeks. That's all it took in 2017. So, I mean, literally, we could be sitting here and by the end of November, we could be looking at a $20,000 Bitcoin if things turn to our favor. But you know what they say, the longer the base, the higher the spike. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm super interested in the future here. I know I got my Bitcoin and I'm hodling it. So let's see what we got here at $6,486. Like I said, we're in a little bit of green with 0.2. No big deal. Ethereum up 0.5%, coming in at 204, holding on strong to that $200. So, hey, maybe this is the time to be picking up some Ethereum as we see all those stable coins definitely being posted as ERC20 tokens. We got X Rapid coming in at 95 cents. 95 cents. I mean, 45.9 cents, up 0.95%. I mean, I got people out there talking this morning saying, you know, once again, that X Rapid isn't going to be deemed a security and that's going to be great for them. They're getting towards decentralization. You know, I'm not a super big fan of those banks, but still a lot of people like to speculate on this X Rapid trying to make money. I've noticed that the number and the people that are pro X Rapid has been growing and growing over the last 2 years that I've been in cryptocurrency. So, you know, I'm not going to down anyone for trying to make a buck. That's what makes the world go round. We got $440 for Bitcoin Cash. I think I read something this morning saying that they were getting ready for a pump soon. Whether or not that's true, I got no idea. That's down 0.3. We got EOS definitely holding on to that $5.39. That's up 0.45. So that's some more sideways action as far as I'm concerned. We got Stellar's 23.3 cents. That's down 1.24%. So it looked like the biggest dip there in the top 10. Let's see. We got Litecoin, $52.24. Long way from that $100 where I definitely would like it to get back to. And we got Cardano, 7.3 cents. Sliding backwards almost 0.5% there. See what we got going on with Tether. Still struggling to get back up to that dollar. I think they said that there's 43, 44, 45. I mean, we're getting closer on those stable coins, so they definitely got some competition. But hey, they were out there for a while with that first mover advantage. I'm sure they made some money. All right, so let's get down here. Let's see what we got going on with Steam. 79 cents. Oh, no, slipping backwards, down 1.73%. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain about the cryptocurrency market. I'm just very happy to be part of it, to have all of this insider knowledge because I've been here for 2 years and I know the ins and outs and how this works and why the blockchains are the blockchains, and especially why Bitcoin is the best cryptocurrency of all. All right, let's see. What do we got going on here with the Steam back dollar? 97 cents, 97.5 cents. That's down almost a full percent. Looking like some of these altcoins could be on the cheap.
Yeah, I mean, what, it was like 98 cents. Yeah, I mean, that at least, it hasn't went way down.
All right. Well, I mean, the cryptocurrency market, I mean, something's going to happen. We're not going to move sideways like this forever. We've had nothing but development this year. I mean, the future's bright as far as I'm concerned for cryptocurrency. We're all early adopters. We're the first ones out here, and the speculators just aren't speculating the price high enough because, hey, once again, when it comes to cryptocurrency, it is all about speculation. Real world case scenario usage is it's low, just like you see all these dApps and everything. They don't see the use case like you see on a lot of the games at the Apple Store. Oh, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me out here today for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. Oh, dreary day, but I'm still excited to be out here and talking to you guys about cryptocurrency. I love Bitcoin. Definitely my ride or die.
Hey, I was. So now where's two? Oh.
Well, all right. Me and you are both in the same boat. We got crypto as our mistress, and we're ride or dying with it. I mean, when it comes down to cryptocurrency, we make some sacrifices, don't we, Samantha, in order to bi-weekly cost average Bitcoin
to buy our Bitcoin.
I mean, we make some sacrifices.
Yeah.
And the title was a little bit of clickbait. I mean, these numbers have been getting low. I think we've been seeing like 50 views on the low, close to 100 on the high. So, hey,
right? I'm not
forgive me. I got to do what I got to do to try to get people out here. But when it does come to cryptocurrency, I do take some extreme measures in order to try to secure my hand on some of it in the future. Like my cell phone. I don't have a cell phone plan. I use my cell phone as a Wi-Fi. That gives me $60 a month towards cryptocurrency. I've said before that we just went all summer without air conditioning here in Florida. Yep. That is definitely a testament right there. So we were probably able to put another $75 to $100 a month away towards cryptocurrency that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't buy any of my cute stuff, and you know what I mean? Like how I was always like, oh, I need a Hello Kitty. I need a something. That got cut out.
When was the last time we went out to eat, Samantha?
Oh,
6 months ago? 4 months ago?
Oh, I can't even think of more than 6. I don't know.
The last time I had McDonald's.
That was probably like 4 months ago, maybe. I mean, I don't even. Yes. I mean, it is what it is. But when you're hoping and like your goal is to have so much by a certain time, and then I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can buy all the Hello Kitties in the end. I mean,
that's a good point right there. Maybe it's the concept. It's an adult concept, and that's why it's really hard for people to get their mind around it. It's that whole, I'm going to suffer now, but it's going to make the future great. You know, you have to give and take, and you know, it's the whole working hard in the summer like the squirrel to save the nuts for the winter so you can survive it. I know that I work a lot in the construction field. I work a lot for rich people. You know, I've been a personal assistant quite a few times for multimillionaires who have mansions and lots of land and stuff like that. That's why you always see me on all of this farm equipment and taking care of animals and things like that. You know, when they get to be in their late 50s, early 60s, early 70s, it's hard for them to get out there and do these things. You know, I got a good back still, so I don't mind doing it, especially if the compensation is right. So where was I going with this? I need a little more of this coffee, it seems like.
That we suffer for the greater good, and that you work for people that I don't know if they ever suffered or not, because some of them just had family money, so I doubt they really suffered to get their wealth.
I mean, I know some of them, you know, I don't want to name names, but I know that one of my bosses, one of the previous bosses I had, he did, you know, he sat there and he went without relationships. He sat there and he
did the internship when he was,
internship for a year to be able to secure his position in the company.
I mean,
he
no
traveled
money,
quite a bit and wasn't able to have, you know, meaningful friendships and relationships because of it. He said that he put away half of his paycheck into the stock market, you know, all the way through his 20s and 30s to be able to secure his future. But I mean, here we are looking at him close to 60, and he's been retired for 5 years already.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, he has plenty of money to take care of himself and the people he loves and cares about now. So, you know, as you look at the future, it's like you got to think, what do you want in the future and how are you going to obtain it? I know that the future I'd like to see me have, you know, where I own my home, where I am able to help provide my son with, you know, some financial means when not easy when you're in your 20s and you're getting started out there in life. I know that I want to take care of Samantha and provide her with some good things. I know that I've always had dreams about traveling the world. And yes, I did get out there a little bit in my 20s. And I've been to Canada, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Hong Kong, I've been to London, but I'd like to see more of it. And I definitely would like to take Samantha with me this time around. So that's all going to take money. So how do I get there? You know, working 9 to 5, $10, $11 an hour, that's not going to do it, right? Bitcoin's going to do it for me. And how am I going to go about doing it? I got to sacrifice. I got to save. I got to cut those corners. I got to not smoke cigarettes. I got to not go out there drinking. I got to, you know, maintain and maintenance my vehicles myself instead of paying someone else to change my oil at a Jiffy Lube or whatever. And that's going to be the difference.
That always seems ridiculous to me.
In 5 years from now, that's going to be the difference, though, Samantha.
It is.
Is that these little bits of Bitcoin cumulatively collected and stored away properly is going to change the future and give us other options that wouldn't have been open to us if we didn't make these sacrifices now. So what am I willing to do for Bitcoin? Just about anything that it takes in order to get it, because I want a bright future, and I think that that's my means to it. We have Crypto Shrugged author here. My man. Paul Rouleau is here. You got to go over and check out Crypto Shrugged's author's books. They're good. All right. It's not very often you find people out there writing about cryptocurrency. I mean, it's going to be a new form of literature out there. A lot of people are interested in this stuff. So, I mean, Amazon, digital paperback copies of it. Yeah. I don't know. They're good. Like, it's a story, and it has crypto in it. It is not just like some of the books out there, which are just literally like talking just about Bitcoin and blockchain and like the technicalness, which those are boring. We have Bitcoin Crypto News Education. My man, Mondays, you got to check out his show. All right. 9 a.m. Eastern. He's building a base of viewers, subscribers. Man, I must really need some of this coffee today. Either that or the weather has me foggy or something. But yeah, he's trying to build a subscriber base over there. He's really proactive on Twitter. He keeps retweeting my posts out there. I can't thank him enough for that. I love you guys so much for doing everything you guys do to help support this channel and get the word out there about this community that we're trying to create. Oh, Andy Anderson is here. Nice, my man. Smooth Talking Hank is here. Smooth Talking Hank. He says morning, humans. We have Renaissance Novice.
He said, yo, I made it.
Buddy, I haven't seen you in a minute.
Our Mines man.
Yeah, he's over on Mines. I've heard a lot of people have been getting over on Mines. Mines has been getting bigger. I think I actually paid to boost my thing today, which is not something I usually do because I don't have a lot of those Mine tokens. I think I had 60 before I boost today, and I was like, frig it, I got some clickbait on there. Let's go ahead and throw a token at it and see what comes out of it.
We have Omar. He says, good morning. What are your thoughts on privacy coins and John McAfee's chairman of Apollo Currency and running for president? Okay, the privacy coin part, I did not know anybody about horrible chairmans running for presidency.
I had heard that John McAfee wanted to run for president. I just took that as a joke. Like, I mean, that guy is not going to gain any traction. I mean, I think that he's kind of a D-bag. So...
Oh, I know he is.
He's just one of those people out here. I mean, he's like the Dennis Rodman, I guess you'd say, of cryptocurrency. You know, everybody wants to get an interview with him. But at the same time, nobody's going to take that guy seriously.
And nobody's going to be his neighbor.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either. Privacy coins, I mean, it's going to be the future. I mean, that is definitely something everybody wants when it comes to this cryptocurrency stuff. I mean, you can see as decentralized exchanges are getting built, as we're trying to add privacy, not only through the wallets and on the base level protocols of these different cryptocurrencies. You know, we want to see China censor the blockchain. We want to see the governments getting there with regulation. And I think it's pretty much that they realize that this may be coming. You know, we're developing the Z-Snark technology, you know, Mimble-Wimble's out there. They don't really want it. You know, it's going to make it real hard for them to collect taxes. It's going to make them real hard to know who has what money, who's making what movements. And that's how, you know, they like to keep control of us. The world is changing. I mean, the world that we live in now is not going to be the world that we live in 15 to 20 years from now. It's going to be night and day. And I mean, cryptocurrency and privacy of money and, you know, dethroning the fiat inflationary system they have going on is going to be part of this. You know, they say that the fiat system's been around for a good 125 years. Maybe that's time to end. You know, this countless printing of money based on debt, manipulating the population to work for a whole bunch of paper that's worthless, that's not actually providing them enough. You know, there's no means to an end here, and people are sick of it, you know, and the masses are not going to put up with it for anymore. You know, we're not going to have more and more. We're not going to have 3 more generations sitting around slaving away to make the rich richer. Well, we have trouble just, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have trouble feeding their kids. They have trouble putting roofs over their head. And they have trouble trying to keep a vehicle running so they can even get to work. So when there's so many people struggling, it goes to show that this system isn't working. And with this system's not working, we got to start finding solutions for everybody. I definitely am one of those people that believe that we're all equal. You know, we're all the same. There is no difference. The powers that be up there, they all put us on this earth, and we got to make the best of it. And there's no difference between you and me. We're all feeling the same thing. We should all have the same quality of life. It doesn't matter if you're in Red China. It doesn't matter if you're in Zimbabwe. It doesn't matter if you're in Venezuela. We're all the same. We're all living. We're all breathing. We all love our children. We all love our wives. You know, we all just want to eat some good food, and we all want to have a dry roof over our head and try to find some happiness in the small things. You know, it's not like I hold $1,000 in my hand and I'm happy for it. You know, I'm happy for what I can do with the $1,000 with my family. I'm happy to be able to take them to Disney World. I'm happy to be able to take them out to eat.
Yeah,
I'm happy
pay the
to
bills,
be able to go out and buy my son some little toy that makes him happy.
Well, not a toy anymore. Now it's some horrible electronic that is not little or
$4,000.
yeah. It's always. We have Renaissance Novice, and I think we will definitely see a big move at some point. I can't say how soon. We've been sitting at the bottom for a long time. Yep. And he says the alts have been trashed this year, and rightly so. I mean, yes. I
mean, that's the whole point in this right now is that, you know, if you were just here trying to make those couple bucks, trying to shake things up and, you know, go ahead and dump your bags on somebody, this year was not your year. You know, this year was pretty much getting people down to their core beliefs, This year was pretty much about being able to build on the networks without having, the price going up and all the speculation and forcing things out faster than what they needed to be. I don't think anybody forced out any improvements, upgrades, or protocols because there was no real need to. The price has been slumping backwards on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. Apparently there was a little bit of a bubble last year. People got overzealous. Are we going to get overzealous when the next one happens here? I don't know, but I know that I'm ready for it. I know I'm looking to take a little profit. I know I'm looking to try to make life a little easier. I know, like I keep saying, we're cutting corners everywhere we can to stack away this cryptocurrency the best we can as these prices are low.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. We didn't do it completely right. Like, looking back on when it did right. I mean, because we really did think it was going to keep going. It was just like, oh, 20,000. No, keep our stuff. Yeah, well,
you can't time the markets. It's time in the market. And
yeah.
Now we're finally actually, 3 months in this market really isn't anything. It may feel like a year after 3 months in this market, but try to hang out for 2 years. You start to get a steady hand when it comes to this stuff. I mean, this price could drop to $5,000 tomorrow, and I'm not even going to bat an eye at it. I'm just going to go about trying to get even more of it.
Dude, I don't even know. It could be $100, and I don't think that I would ever be like, oh, yeah, we need to get rid of that and move on to something else. Like, no. No. We have Smooth Talking Hank says he is right there with us. That every time I want to buy something, I just tell myself to go buy crypto now and have financial freedom later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is, you have to get, because yes, in the beginning, Eugene was all for it, and I would still be like, no, let's use your Bitcoin. We need gas in the car. I need soda, and in the end, it was stupid. It feels stupid now. And I mean, I remember our conversations about how Eugene was like, this is stupid. I'm doing this, but this is stupid. And it is like a mindset, and you have to really,
you have to commit.
Yes. I mean, I would probably sell Bitcoin if I was starving. Okay. I would eat. But I mean, really, do you need all of the other stuff? Do you need, we wasted it. I talked him into doing horrible stuff. I mean, like, oh, we need this. I need toilet paper. I mean, horrible stuff where it was like, really, in the end, we would have had more.
Hindsight's always 2020. I mean, when we got into this, Bitcoin was $700. I mean, at that price, we should have went homeless and just started stacking away.
Yeah, like, here's our rent for like 6 months, man. All in there.
Should have went and moved in with some family members.
I would have lived in a tent. All right.
For the price of Bitcoin now, I would have lived in a tent for a year.
Why not? We're in Florida. It's not that bad.
All right. So the little bit of news I got today, Andreas Antonopoulos, our mentor, we all look up to him. A lot of us, that's where we got our first real words of cryptocurrency that inspired us to be in the space for more than just the paper dollar bills, that we trade the Bitcoin back for.
I don't know. His passion is infectious. Like, you watch him and you can tell.
I think he just has the right way of articulating it so that it's very perceivable, no matter where you stand in life. Well, we got Red China out there. They're going ahead and they're talking about his book to everybody, but they went ahead and they sanitized the title of it. They're calling it Blockchain, the Path Towards Digital Assets instead of Mastering Bitcoins. He's all right with it. So if he's all right with it, I guess I'm all right with it. I mean, the fact that they're going to be reading it is probably the biggest bonus of all. If they want to go ahead and change the title because they think that the censorship is going to do something for them, let them. We heard a little bit of news out of Shanghai court that, cryptocurrency might not be as illegal over there as we were all leading it to believe. But still, they're blocking it. They don't have their exchanges. They're not pro-cryptocurrency.
Yeah, they just had somebody saying that one case was like it was property and not like they couldn't take your Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's something.
I don't know. I think in the future we are going to see China take a turn on it and, get back into cryptocurrency. I don't think it's right now. I think that we're going to have to see the rest of the world get in on a little bit so that they're not going to be able to deny, their citizens access to it. I think that right now it's just more how they censor everything, how they got their great firewall. They just They don't want all the freedom that comes along with it. You know, that's part of their whole situation over there. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what we're all doing over here with cryptocurrency, is that we're trying to decentralize everything. We're trying to empower the people. We're trying to take the power away from organizations and governments and all of that are controlling us.
Now, they had to translate it into Chinese, right? Like into Mandarin and Cantonese or whatever, like in there. So
well, they didn't print it in English.
Yeah, but are we sure they just only changed the title? Like,
I mean, I didn't translate it myself, but I just read the quick article on it, and they were just talking about the title being changed.
Because they made the title like 3 times longer than the original title, just because.
Yeah, but they use little characters.
Right. I mean, it probably is the same length as like, but it's just, as long as they didn't actually change the inside stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I don't trust China. You know.
So we got anything in the chat, Samantha?
Well, Renaissance Novice is saying, I think there could be definitely a bull run soon, but I think that there could be also a fire sale out of the alts, which would also hurt Bitcoin because of the massive FUD. I can't say which happens.
I mean, you can't predict the future. That's why I always say, you know, shake the magic 8 ball. I mean, it did feel like the pot was starting to boil a while back, but hey, it didn't boil. We haven't taken off. I mean, a lot of people are saying November, December, and they're trying to cite, you know, news that's supposed to be coming out. Whether or not it's going to go up at the end of this year, speculation. Whether or not we're going to go up in the long term, yes. I don't think we're going to consolidate and continue moving across into 2019 and through 2019 without seeing a price of Bitcoin going up. That's not happening. I mean, it just seems completely unfeasible that Bitcoin is going to be stable and stay stable. Bitcoin isn't stable. The longer we see this stable and moving sideways, it just goes to show maybe somebody is suppressing the price. Maybe there is some manipulation. Maybe it's just them trying to go ahead, and institutional investors and governments and everything like that trying to pick up Bitcoin on the cheap and keep it stable while they're doing it so that they're not pumping the price up. But I mean, I don't know how to be more passionate and say that we are going to wake up here very soon and we're going to look at that price of Bitcoin and it is going to be so much higher than what it is now. And we're all just going to be kicking ourselves in the rears saying, I was there and I should have got more of it. I really should have. I mean, I got into Bitcoin at $700. I kick myself all the time for not getting more of it. All the time.
Yeah. Omar said powerful answer to him asking about the privacy coins and McAfee. Like a tree just peed. I don't even know. That was a lot of rain. Okay. And Crypto Shrug author, awesome. Of course you have answers. Yay. Says Andreas uses open source translation. Said that he's heard that the internal content is the same. So that's great.
Thank you, my man.
So it's not that bad to change the title. I mean,
I love that I can get out here and not be 100% sure about everything I'm saying and that you guys help take care of me. I know that you guys got my back and, you know, I am thankful for it.
We do love you guys.
We do. You guys are part of our lives. That's why we get out here every single day. And, you know, I know that we're not spreading the word of Bitcoin as much as I had originally hoped to in the beginning of all of this. I mean, we're trying to make some more strides forward as we go and plan this workation and we go out and we made these flyers and we're going to pass them out at EDC November 9th and 10th. I know that we're starting to try to see if this goes well to make plans to go to the Forbidden Kingdom and spread the word of Bitcoin there. So, I mean, we are motivated to spread the word of Bitcoin for multiple reasons. I mean, I feel very passionate about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I feel like I want to do something to better the future. You know, it's not just about the financial gains, but then at the same time, it is a little selfish. And I do have some selfish measures involved with it because the more of us that get into Bitcoin, the more of us that get out there and spread the word of Bitcoin, the more of us that get into it. And as soon as we're all into it and we're all transacting in Bitcoin, and the world becomes a better place. And with the world being a better place, then I'm living somewhere better. My kids living somewhere better. And your kids are living somewhere better too. And it's not that hard. I mean, you can't take money with you. You can't take Bitcoin with you. So.
Well, yeah, sure you can. Just like everybody, you know, you throw the ledger or the treasure in the coffin, casket, whichever one is the correct, you know. But yeah. You Egyptian style it. Just take it with you.
Take it with you.
Yep. You don't think Adam Meister's going to take his with him? Yes, he is.
That miser might.
Yep, he's MGTOWN it all the way into the grave.
All right. Well, the only other little piece of news I had out here is that Saya coin is trading in fiat pairs. What's that mean? It's going to start October 29th. Is that really a big deal? No, but I thought it gave me a little bit of an entranceway into talking about how, a year ago, a lot of people talked about how you had to go and transact through Bitcoin in order to get to these altcoins, and that pretty much was the only reason that was propping up the price of Bitcoin. Well, when the BTC dominance dropped to 35%, there really wasn't that many fiat pairings with these altcoins. You still had to pretty much transact through Ethereum or Bitcoin in order to get into these altcoins. And here we are pretty much 1 year later, we're looking at the BTC dominance increasing. And you can buy just about any altcoin with fiat now. I mean, I've heard that you can buy XRapid through Changely.
Yes.
With your credit card.
Yes.
You go to Bittrex, and they got a giant list now of coins you can buy with fiat. Yep. Once again, this is another one of those things that people talk about to drag Bitcoin down that was not true. It was another one of those, they said things to try to make it seem like this is what's holding up the price of Bitcoin. What holds up the price of Bitcoin is that it is a great system that's for the people, by the people, of decentralization and honesty. The fact that the ledger is available for everyone to see, and that nobody's printing Bitcoins out of nowhere, and that there is no debt-based system behind this. If you're buying something with Bitcoin, you physically own that Bitcoin. And I don't know. I mean, we've said this before, Samantha, but maybe that's why we're so into crypto. Maybe why this makes so much sense to us is that we've never been credit people. Yeah. We've always had to physically have the dollar bills in our pocket or physically have the dollar bills in our bank account to purchase anything we've ever purchased in life. Nothing has ever been given to us on a loan or debt-based system. We usually have to go out there and work to make our money on an hourly rate, collect that money, and then exchange it for the services or goods that we're purchasing. And that's, when there's untrustworthy players and governments are willing to inflate things in order to make their pockets fatter, to be able to pay for things like war, and also at the same time natural disasters. It's a double-edged sword.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, because if we did have credit union bank accounts that they gave you credit, if we had credit cards, if we had mortgages, if we had stuff that was more into the old way, it would be harder to think outside of the box and to think, well, why would I be giving up this? This is working for me real well. I'm driving my Mazda or my whatever, and I'm going to my job, and I'm eating my fast food, and I'm doing and I'm good. So why would I need to? And yeah, we were always hungry. We were always like, this is not enough. This is not right. How much do you have in your pocket? Oh, well, how much do I have in my pocket? That's what we got. Great. It was never pretend. It was never imaginary money in that way, where you could just be oh, look, they offered us another credit card. No one offered us credit cards. Zero. I think when I literally turned 18, the 4 that and I never got one. So that faded away very quickly. I mean, I don't know. We don't work on credit.
I think that we're becoming a larger number of the people out there in the world. There's a lot of people that are like us. Credit doesn't work for the number of people like it used to. They don't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't remember what article it was, but I mean, they were saying that literally a large percentage of not just Americans, the whole public, do not own bank accounts. Do not have any kind of a bank account whatsoever. They're saying now that a lot of millennials, more than half, are saying that they will not have a bank account. Well, what are your options? If you're telling yourself, I will not have a bank account with Bank of America or with Wells Fargo then what are your options? Are you just going to have cash on you? Because then you're just going to get robbed at some point in your life. And still have, hey, it's a squirrel.
Yeah, he's shaking the branch.
That's why the tree is peeing. But I mean, it's just, if you're going to say, no, I'm never going to have that, then what is your other, what are you going to do? Because you're not going to be homeless, and you're not going to be just having like a dollar bill in your hand and that's it.
I mean, it's that we're in a state of transition. We're changing from the old monetary system to a new monetary system, and there's overlay. You know, this isn't going to happen like a light switch. It's not going to be one day we're using the old system, the next day we're using the new system. There's going to be 10, 20 years, 30 years. How long do you expect it to change how long do you expect the entire world to take to change its concept of value and money and transactions? You know, how long is it going to take for this technology to develop in order to be able to keep it secure, to keep it safe? You know, we keep talking and hearing about hardware wallets and blockchain phones and, you know, web browser wallets and all of these different things. And it's being developed, but it's being developed now. And I mean, that's good because we have to have these things, you know, just like how we were talking, we had to have the infrastructure for the ETF to get approved. We had to have the infrastructure for the accredited investors and hedge funds to get in. Well, we also have to have the infrastructure for the entire world to get on board. And right now we don't have it. So, you know, that's why we are here. We're early investors. We're early adopters. We're looking to make those changes. We're hoping to get involved and promote this stuff so that people that are, you know, not awake, they're out there, they're going to their 9 to 5s, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're watching House on Haunted Hill on Netflix right now, that they can see that we can bring a little bit of, you know, hey, wake up over here. There's a new type of money. There's a new type of money, and you should get a little bit of it just in case. You know, and that's kind of, I guess, what we're hoping to do with the flyers is that we're not really going to be pushing it too much. We're just going to show people that there is another type of money and that you probably should try to collect a little bit of it, because the future is about change. The future has always been about change. When have people not talked about the future being a better, brighter place with technology? Well, I mean, Bitcoin is the technology that's going to help make the future better and brighter, because we're all equal with Bitcoin.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like, it is in the news more. It is in everything more, just like the Shark Tank things. And I mean, you're watching sitcoms and cartoons, and they are saying Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. They're not saying everything, but they're saying Bitcoin. And it's like, I don't know how long. I mean, how long did it take when we first started using checks, like, you know, and then when we went from checks to like credit cards, and they had to use the like the swipey machine that like literally imprinted your credit card, the top of it.
Oh yeah, where you
way
put
back,
the card
yes.
down and you did the thing and it ran the numbers across the top of it because they didn't have the like, magnetic strips.
Yes, but it's like, I don't know, how long does that take for everyone? Because you tell somebody now that at some point you used a manual machine to imprint a credit card in the 80s, you know, and that was, that was my Diners Club, that was my MasterCard, and they just, there we go. Well, that would be, people would not even know. They'd be, what are you talking about? But how long does it take to get to that? Because we have to get to that.
Generation. It's going to take a generation. I mean, that's why we're early investors, because it's not going to happen in our generation. It's going to happen in our children's generation. I mean, literally, there are children around right now that have never lived in a world where Bitcoin didn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, half of our son's life, there's been digital currency. You know, our son, there was
internet. Yep, there's always been internet.
Right. So as we move forward, you know, maybe we won't see the day that we're all dreaming of, but our children will for sure. It's going to happen. It is undeniable at this point that the world wants to be equal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really see other ways of this happening without cryptocurrency.
Oh, Jim says that the HTC plans on selling the blockchain phone for 0.15.
Yeah, it's like $950.
He said sounds pretty expensive.
Yeah. A little too rich for my blood. I end up with a $150 cracked cell phone that my son broke. So yeah,
I have the free one from Verizon off my father. So I mean, yeah, none of us are working with, like, you know, the Galaxy Notes and the God knows what's of whatnots.
$950. That almost cover a month worth of bills around here.
I know, that's insane. Oh, Jim asked, is Samantha still watching cartoons? Dude, that's all I watch. Horror cartoons. That's it. Dark, fluffy. Dark, fluffy. That's it.
She's been Halloweening out, though.
Oh, yes, I have. God, I love Halloween. Oh, he says...
She's a wrong-turn kind of girl.
Well, you know. I don't particularly like the rapies and the eatings, but yay, whatever. It is what it is. I like to be like, oh, no, ah! Oh, Jim says the Diners Club, the shit coin of credit cards. Oh, you gotta love it. I know, I had to throw back. I was like, what was the crappiest? Oh, yeah, that one. There we go. Bitcoin Crypto News Education says that phone could only be bought with crypto. Good on them. Yeah, it can. Yes. And Jim says, is the phone a privacy thing?
I never like to be the first one out there to go grab anything. You know, I'm probably going to wait till they make a better blockchain phone. Price comes down. We see that it works. Other people start developing them. But I'm glad that they're making it. I mean, we do need to see this production line start to develop.
Yeah, the more, I don't know. Yes, the more stuff they actually can. I mean, that's half the problem is all of our stuff is just theory. I mean, the more they could put out that actually runs on blockchains and functions and does what it's supposed to do, that is incentive. No one wants to
try it all and see what works.
Right. Oh, Crypto Daddy's here, and he says, do a ghost tour in St. Augustine.
I know the lighthouse. I've been thinking about getting over there.
There's a couple of them. There's a couple of them in St. Augustine because that whole area is supposed to be all sorts of haunty.
I know we haven't been over there since my brother Micah was here. We took him for his birthday, but maybe we will have to get over there and do the haunted tour for you, Sammy.
I love it.
Is that about it?
Jim says, I remember when you could buy things with yellow and green stamps. And for you, Samantha, our cartoon watcher, yes, I resemble Mr. Burns. Really?
Well, I guess we're going to be cutting this one a little short. As always, we'll be out here this weekend, 6 o'clock. I'm not sure if it's Saturday or Sunday. As always, the man has to give Samantha her schedule before we can figure out.
Yeah, that will be today. I will know.
I'm probably going to have to work one of these days this weekend to make up for today's day of rain. But besides that, we got all kinds of tools and affiliation codes listed down there below. The best thing you can do is start following me on all this other social media. You never know when YouTube's going to shut this stuff down. And, of course, I want to keep you guys well connected with me. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to join the show. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to ask me some questions. If you just want to chit-chat, hit me up on Twitter there, too. My email, it's a free help desk. You can email me, too. It's eugeneforce20@gmail.com. What else we got going on? Anything, Samantha?
Is Tribe back up?
Tribe is back up, but I couldn't get the thumbnail to load, and it wouldn't let me post it. It said error, so I got to keep messing around with that. Just like we're still having trouble with D2. We're having troubles left and right lately.
Right? It's like YouTube and Steam. Just the Steam part. Because, yes. But it's like,
Besides all that, we got some donational addresses if you want to, help fund the channel a little bit. Besides that, come on over to all these other social media platforms. Give us thumbs up. Don't forget to share, like, and comment on this video. And, I mean, as always, you guys, keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.